You're listening to Big World Network.
Amazing Grace, Episode 5. Written by James Hellvig, read by Meagan Hedin. Mac puts down the receiver and leans back in his chair. The harsh fluorescent lights accent the bags under his burning red eyes. Opening his drawer, he removes the bottle of scotch and takes a sip, feeling it burn from his lips to his stomach. I'm drinking too much of this shit. Kat and Tammy watch stoically as the captain sets the bottle down and caps it. Sighing loudly, he tells them, "The lab just confirmed it. Raphael was poisoned." Leaning forward, Kat comments with a raised eyebrow. "You're telling us that after a week of isolation and running down dead ends, somebody kills him while he's inside a secure facility? The Witsec Marshal's going to be shitting kittens." Rubbing his eyes, Mac growls. "Oh, and it gets better. The crap he was poisoned with is some kind of batrachotoxin only found in South America. The feds are tearing their own agencies apart, trying to find out who gave it to him and how, or where in the hell it was even obtained." Tammy shakes her head, adding, "Boxes inside of boxes. Nothing on the DNA sample?" Grimacing, Mac replies, "We're still waiting, but I wouldn't hold your breath. At best, we have a probable sample to match against when we collar the bastard. Your pals with the alphabet agencies haven't exactly been sharing. Have they made any progress?" Sitting back in her chair and crossing her arms, Kat grumbles, "They're not my pals." Interrupting Mac's angry retort, Tammy says, "Easy, Mac. Kat's operational and bound by orders, but to answer your question, no. They're as frustrated as everyone else." Picking up the bottle and turning it slowly in his hands, Mac asks tiredly, "So, now what?" Sharing a glance with Kat, Tammy replies, jaw clenching, "We dig, and we wait." Silently thrashing in the pitch-black room, the features of the sweat-soaked figure contort in sympathetic reaction to the vivid images of the dreams. The memory replays with agonizing slowness as each detail is brought into the sharpest focus. Feelings of terror, helplessness, and rage war across the shifting landscape of roller-coaster emotions that tear at the moorings of sanity in an individual who, when awake, displays emotion very differently. The vision of a mother being savaged by a gang of laughing men disappears in the red mist of gore from a father's head as it explodes in a short burst of automatic rifle fire, covering the bound child in gruesome bits and pieces. In the dream, the child vomits and screams, trying to tear away from their captors. Eyes snapping open, Demonis Alumno sits up, iron control keeping the scream locked inside. The burning itch of the gunshot bicep throbs in time with a trip-hammering heart. Time to heal, to plan, to make you suffer. Soon, priest, soon. Rising to shower, Demonis Alumno moves cat-like through the dark, face expressionless and eyes hard. Tammy pours coffee for Mother Steele and Father Bernard before taking a cup and settling into the chair with a slight tightening of her lips. "Still tender?" the senior priest asks. Mother Steele snorts sardonically, saying, "Really, George, 3 9mm slugs, you think?" Grinning sheepishly, Father Bernard takes a sip from his cup and shrugs. "Sorry, Tammy. Silly question withdrawn." She surprises the pair by chuckling aloud before replying. "Thank you, George. You should know I got the exact same kind of response when I asked Nancy about her finger." Looking solemn, Mother Steele replies with a large eye roll as she glances upward. "I know you saved me for a reason, Lord. Please tell me this isn't it." The trio laughs amicably together, poking fun and enjoying being silly in celebration of their friendship. Tammy watches Alberto as he warms up the class, taking them smoothly from one set of movements to another. The classes are packed, and she's had to expand the schedules. Alberto and Sue have become her senior-junior instructors. In the past 3 months, they have evolved as natural mentors for not only the students, but the other junior instructors as well. The routine has returned to nearly normal. Regular conversations with Kat, Dale, and Mac reveal nothing new in their search for the orchestrator of Mother Steele's ordeal. Stepping forward to whisper encouragement to one of the new students, Tammy sees Alberto's feigned disinterest in the young, dark-haired girl and suppresses a smile of her own. The young woman seems shy and self-conscious, but has slowly increased the amount of time she spends training at the church and is steadily improving. Moving on to the next student, Tammy struggles to recall her name. Rosa? Rhonda? No, Regis! Poor smitten Alberto. Taking the lead from Alberto, Tammy pushes the class hard for 30 minutes before calling for a break. She notices that Regis handles the physical demands well, if a bit awkwardly. Alberto gravitates to the young woman like the sea to the moon, and Tammy smiles. Ah, youth. Well, let's see if we can at least slow some of these hormones down. Hands on hips, Tammy yells, 2 minutes, people! Hydrate up! The young people grin and groan at one another, knowing the routine. Regis and Alberto walk side by side down the front steps of the church, the warm breeze of a late June evening cooling their sweat-soaked clothing. Trying to be aloof, Alberto says, So, I could walk you home if you want, to make sure you're safe and all. Looking at her feet, Regis mumbles softly, Okay, but you have to stop at the corner or my mummy will scold me. Grinning, Alberto nods in understanding. Sure, no problem. They walk together, quietly chattering about family, friends, and of course the church program and its charismatic leader. Alberto's face is filled with pride as he speaks about his mentor and his own role in the program. Soon they come to a corner several blocks distant, and Regis stops him by taking his hand. Pulse increasing, Alberto looks into the eyes of the beautiful young lady. This is it. Thank you. Regis quickly kisses his cheek and hurriedly turns and walks away, leaving Alberto standing in shocked surprise, a flush filling his face and his heart fluttering happily.
This has been a presentation of Big World Network. Visit us on BigWorldNetwork.com for more free weekly series, or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for listening.
You're listening to Big World Network.